Hi everybody, and welcome to yet another classic car show. I know what you're thinking. We're starting off looking at the Lancaster. It is very classic, but it's definitely not a car, and yes, you're correct. But to the right of me, I have got a whole host of different MGs. Please excuse the weather and the fact that there might be any sort of water spots on the lens. It is being Britain and being rainy. I see no sign of Adam LZ's MG, but there's plenty of MG VGTs, a couple of open tops, whatever that one is over the back, and an MG Rover, as well as this one too. I'm not quite too sure what half these MGs are, because I don't really know my MGs particularly well, but yeah, some actually pretty nice ones over here. The only MG I know, and you can thank Horizon 5 for that, is that thing being an MG3. And before you ask, no, that is not an MG either.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so after that little bout of a downpour, which somehow I still managed to get B-roll footage in, there's this rather nice West Riding van, and I think that's some form of the Escort down there. I'm not quite too sure what it is. Let's take a look. Ah, it is an Orion. Not seen one of those in a while. Now, I don't know my Rovers too well, but one of these was on the thumbnail of the previous sort of video I did on classic cars, which was back in Sutton-on-Sea for Vintage on Sea. There's a couple of Rover 110s, Rover 100s, and apparently a Rover 105R, as well as a whole heap more down there. Okay, that one is nice. I like that. Now this one, I like. An old sort of Honda Civic. I'm not sure which one this is. I'm very inclined to say it's probably an EF, but I'm not quite too sure. There's a rather nice Beamer next to it. I believe that is some form of M5 or M5 equivalent. A nice Z3 or Z3, depends how you wish to say the letter Z or Z, wherever you are in the world. There's this tiny little Rover here. I'm not quite too sure what one this is, but it's certainly a Rover. And then what have we here? We have a nice old Lotus. So if we have a look around this one, it's in beautiful condition. I love the paint on it. The camera does not do this thing justice. But it is an old Lotus. Oh, it does not say what it is. Lotus experts, let me know in the comments. The bus is on the move. Where it goes, nobody knows. Or maybe they do, I don't know. This is interesting. An old Vanguard. There's somebody sitting inside, so I won't film the full of it. But it is rather nice. I have another couple of wonderful old Rovers down here. Very, very nice. I think half of them are packing up because of the weather. Here we see a rather nice bull-nosed Ford Escort. It's not quite a car, much like the Lancaster, but over here we've got a Mosquito, which is a twin-prop aircraft. I believe it was used during World War II, but again, a lot of plane experts are going to have to correct me on that one. It's quite breezy out here, so I'm having to hold down the mic mouth with my finger because it's kind of broken, but hopefully that should be fixed for the next video. And for some of the other MGs I couldn't get in the previous clip, the rest of those are over here. So moving into the next field down, we have this wonderful Mini here, which looks beautiful in the sunlight because we actually have sunlight now. And then next to it is something that heavily intrigues me. A Honda K-Truck. Now I know what you're thinking. All these classic cars, and the only thing I'm interested by is something that is, well, about as tall as me. Well, on the back, on the sides rather, we have the obvious, you know, if you got something from Japan, you've always certainly got to have that on the back. Oh, hello there. It can take up to 350 kilograms. That's good. Might be able to fit that in the back of it. But no, these intrigue me because for such small vans, they've got tiny engines in them, but they're still pretty powerful because of how light they are. A bit further around, there's this very nice Mercedes, and a certain Opel Manta keeps following me. I wonder if anybody remembers where this one's from. Over the back here, we've got a rather nice Corolla. And then we've got a Mark III Ford Escort, a very nice Triumph TR6, and an MG Metro 6R4. Yes, the very same that you see in the video game Forza Horizon 5 and all the previous ones to have included this car, next to a rather nice racing Metro, not the 6R4, and a Porsche behind it. Okay, so comment section, I'm asking you once again for a little bit of help. I have no idea what this thing's meant to be. We've only got a thing on the front here, Marcos. Anybody got any idea what this one's meant to be? Because honestly, I have no idea. And next to it we have another beautiful Mini Cooper. I believe this is Cooper S. Let's have a look at the back. Does it say anything? It says Mini Cooper there. But what does it say at the back? Cooper Sport. So Cooper S. Very, very nice. Next to that we have a beautiful Morris Minor 1000. And a bit further on, a Jaguar XJS in white. Speaking of van cars from earlier, there's another one here. This thing is absolutely huge. And a rather nice MG and next to us again. And then somewhere down here, past all the wind noise because fields, there is a whole heap more cars that we're just about to go and take a look at. Now here's an interesting spot. It's a Rover 3500 V8, but it has police lights, and it has whatever those are. They do something, I have no clue what they do, but they have things, and on the inside, Route 66. Nice.
Definitely got to get that.
And here we have a 75, three 75s, a rather bright 75, a tastefully modified 75. That's a weird looking Rover. We have a couple more 75s over here, and way off in the distance, just out of sight, there's one over there too. Well, this is interesting. There's a 1940s blast shelter out the back of the Rover 75s. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Anyway, going through here, it's a thing, I guess. And if you look over here, there's one on the other side as well. Now we're in a bit of a hangar out the back of, well, beyond really. And I actually have somebody with me today who turns out is the Corolla's owner, who you might have remembered from quite a fair few videos. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am a programmer GT, out for a day out at East Kirkby. We are in one of the new hangars here that houses some of the older RAF equipment, like the Camel in front of me, the AEC 80854 tanker.
That's a lot of numbers.
That is definitely a lot of numbers. Used during the wars, and as you have a look around, we have some of the older style fire engine. You can see with a bell on the front of it, which was being used. Good old beast. Well solidly built.
I would have laughed if that fell apart.
See the old hoses on the back. I'm not quite sure the capacity of the tank. During the war they used these fuel browsers to fill up the aircraft. Every time an aircraft came in, they deliver a rate of 60 gallons per minute. That's quite a fast rate when these were used. They used them for filling up these Spitfires, Hurricanes. I think they used them on the Lancasters. not quite sure. The next one is called a chance light, which was used to light on the airfields during the war for the aircraft to come back. And then we have the MG Cochrane Special. Obviously it must have belonged to a pilot of somebody. It belongs to an engineer called W.D. Cochrane, who was an engineer on the de Havilland aircraft in 1935.
However, just before we go and do anything else, well, thank you very much for that wonderful commentary. But we've got a few interesting cars here. We've got a Vauxhall, I believe that might be a Cavalier, I'm not quite too sure. We've got a Ford Cortina right here, a nice Jaguar XJS, and I believe a Jaguar XKR. That's a lot of breeze. Oh dear! Well, it looks like one of the MGs is about to start moving, so let's try and get that on film. It sounds beautiful. Wonderful. Well, it's typical, the sun started to come out and everybody started leaving. But I think that is probably going to do it for this little video. I hope you have enjoyed. And yeah, if you have, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I hope you've enjoyed. I have been Tech82. You can all call me Tech. And I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, and before I forget, there's actually somebody that asked what I was doing filming the MGs and stuff. So I know you're probably watching this video. Hi, nice talking to you. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Tech out. Oh hey, they finally got the MG loaded.